Hello, everyone. Welcome to Development Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis, coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn, Seth, Geis, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
How is it that I'm not a Diesel studio with as much of Justin's ass that I'm
Ask
constantly
Should be
Justin,
in the
man.
Warzone
I should, man.
studio.
I should be a Warzone studio. I am the
Yeah,
Warzone.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
are the
Warzone.
Warzone.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sick. Have a Warzone background and
Would you
Look
like
at
to
that
play a
ass.
game?
yeah, man.
All right. So today we are talking about the Diesel Estelí Puro Robusto. It's more of a Robusto Extra, 5.25 by 54. Comes out of the Tabacalera AJ Fernandez factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper, binder, filler, all from Estelí, Nicaragua. Blended by AJ Fernandez with some input from Justin Andrews. Price point is $8.99. Cigar was released in September of 2020. So with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall experience like with the cigar?
Yeah, so you look at the cigar, you're like, it's from General, it's Diesel, it's made by AJ, right? And then you're like, well, at least it's gonna draw and burn well, right? But you smoke it and you're pleasantly surprised by it. Maybe call it the touch of it. Justin Andrews, I think his last name is Andrews, right?
Yeah.
Um, and then you think, man, this is actually pretty fucking good. So I liked it. I was pleasantly surprised by it. I'm glad that I have another 5 of these left, and about to get a few more from Seth and Ford and John. But man, this is good. This is like fresh spice, like full spice, good sweetness and creaminess. It was a bold cigar. Um, I really liked it, and just to confirm that I liked it, after I smoked the one for review, I lit another one up. Granted, I only smoked a third of the second one because I got tired of it. I just wanted to smoke something else. Just to confirm it, I thought it was still pretty damn good after smoking that first one. So I even shocked myself, I guess you could say.
All right, Seth, what are your thoughts?
Makes me think of that Waterboy scene with Bobby Boucher and LT. And remember, kids, don't smoke crack.
Don't smoke crack.
Don't smoke crack.
Baba Busset says that don't smoke the crack. It's the bad for you.
Listen, this was an Estelí Puro by AJ and for the Diesel brand. It was full body, full strength, strong flavors. Pepper, spices, leather, meat, dry earth and wood. Kind of in the first third, second third, I was getting some cocoa notes. It's still super strong. And then the final third kind of goes back to this leather, meaty black pepper quality. Not an amazing flavor profile, but I think if you want to smoke something that's an Estelí Puro, this is right up that alley. John?
Yeah, but let's just tell people what you really think, Seth. Like, you're dancing around the fact that you're basically trying to say you didn't really care for it.
It's not my cup of tea. I'll admit it. It's not my cup of tea,
What?
but it doesn't mean that other people won't
checking.
like it.
Understood.
You ignorant slut. I'll be honest. Going into this, when I heard Estelí Puro, I was like, "Oh, bro." And the reason I was like that is because if you've ever smoked a cigar before, or 1,000 cigars, or 10,000 cigars, you know that typically mono blends don't work. They just don't. It's just not. It's not a thing that happens. So when I heard all Estelí, which is known for some of the strongest, most intense tobacco, I was like, Justin be crazy. He's lost his mind. He and AJ went on a bender and came up with this idea, and it's a bad idea, and it's going to go badly. And boy, I couldn't have been more wrong. It was tasty. It was good. It was an example of how you can bring intensity and still bring flavor, complexity, and deliciousness. And it wasn't just strength for strength's sake. And I said at the end of my closing statement, which I'm going to send at the beginning of my starting statement here, it reminds me of the older diesels where they were full-bodied,
Yes.
unapologetically, but they still brought good flavor. And that's what made me fall in love with the Diesel brand, is that they weren't just full-powered leather earth bombs of spice. They had layers, and they had breadiness, and they had actual baking spice, not just pepper. And it had different layers you had to dig into, but it was definitely full bodied, and that's what I loved about the Diesel brand. And this, to me, brings sort of that classic intensity with that nuance, and I really got that through the first and second third. In fact, the funny thing is, it really took a few puffs, because I took a few puffs and I'm like, this is no Estelí Puro, get the fuck out of here. Like, this is so soft, bunch of net, and then it was like boom, and then it just kind of pow, it just popped me with that baking spice. I'm like, oh, that's my bad. And then it was just, that hot pepper burning, and I was like, okay, here we go. This okay. I shouldn't have judged it too soon.
Is it really Estelí Puro?
Oh, I bet it is. I guarantee it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that hard to get it.
Mm.
I mean, if you think about it.
Definitely tastes like there's some ASP in there, though.
Yeah. No, because like I remember.
Yeah, but that's grown in Estelí.
When I went to AJ's, this is many years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, 5+ years ago, and he rolled Estelí Ligero out of his farm, and it was really fucking good. It was like oily, like really strong, of course, super strong. Like taking 2 hits was like you immediately felt the strength.
Hey, can I finish my wrap up first?
Yeah. And I was gonna say, in America we have Diesels at a good price. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. So overall good experience with what do we say, Jiunn? That fantastic AJ reliable construction and build experience. No.
I had construction issues, but
what?
Go ahead. I stole your thunder again. My bad. Go ahead.
Well, talk about it. I yield the floor.
No, I had really bad burn
Has Aaron
problems.
wrapped it up yet?
Really?
No.
I don't. Okay, that's weird. I mean, I had really great burn all the way through, and then just a slight amount of resistance. So my burn in construction was near perfect. Go figure. Aaron?
Yeah, I can't disappoint Justin. So for me, the flavor profile was pretty basic, linear throughout. Really focused around musty wood, dull black pepper with some char joining in later. Final third saw the char build up and kind of drop the enjoyment level another bit more. Dull black pepper just really took a toll on my tongue during the smoking experience. It was just, it was just like beating me up. So, I think it fits in with most of the, the diesel line, which is just not something that hits for me. But people that are fans of it, this is going to be kind of in line with, some of those offerings. So I think they're going to find something they really like. But, for me, it was too monotonous and, not something I really want to go through the experience of smoking again. So, just not a cigar for me. Let's get into the scores. Start at the top with John at 6.72. Jiunn gave it a 6.52. Seth gave it a 5.50. I gave it a 5.15. So, John, how that 6.72 match up for you?
First of all, I can't believe you guys left me on an island like that, just dangling. It just makes me really angry and upset. I mean, June's got my back, and I appreciate that, Jiunn. Thank you.
Diesel Studios coming up.
Diesel Studios coming out of Great White North. No, it matches up really well. It was a consistently good cigar with just a slight average in the last third with impeccable construction, and that's what gets it into the high sixes for me. Jiunn?
Jiunn, 6.52.
Yeah, totally agree with John. I had some, burn issues like I was talking about, but, it doesn't matter. It was a really good cigar, and I'm happy to smoke through more of them. So.
All right, Seth, 5.50.
Dude, Diesel is the brand for the Great White North, man. That's where you got to do the photo shoots for this.
Ice Road Truckers.
Exactly. This is not a cigar for me. I think I may have liked this years ago. It kind of reminds me of the Man of War Ruination when it first came out.
Oh, that's a good analogy. Taking it back.
Taking it back old school, but I'm a pansy now. I can't smoke stuff like this. This is like late night Vegas smoke, and the next morning you're like, ugh. So, but no, it's if you want something strong and those like really strong dark flavors, this is gonna be your cup of tea. I'm too much of a dandy for that. Is that politically incorrect to say that?
I think it's okay.
Not unless it was the
know what a dandy is.
1940s. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, my 5.15 matches up well. I mean, it was a below average flavor experience. The construction was still very good, but it was not at the normal AJ level. It was still a little bit of waviness, a little bit of a tight draw, which is not usually what we get at AJ. But still leaps and bounds beyond what other people produce on a regular basis. But it's just not for me. I mean, one time I think Jiunn and I were hanging out with Omar DeFrias at our local shop when he was doing a visit, and he was talking about certain tobaccos, and it just feels like somebody's like taking like black pepper and then rubbing all over your tongue, and then sandpaper, and that's what I had with this cigar. It just really irritated my tongue for some reason with that black pepper nose. So just not for me. All right, any other final thoughts from you guys on this one?
It is a real, like, I'll say this about Diesel. They have stuck to that name of making a profile that is Diesel.
Yeah.
And
For
everything's a
long
little,
time.
and everything's really different, though. There's nothing I don't think anything really overlaps. It's all just like different Diesels.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Do they still have that one guy representing Diesel? What's his Shorty?
Justin? Shorty?
No.
Oh, he's
The
got his
guy
own.
with the pit bull.
Yeah, he has his own little Diesel thing with CI. I don't know if
Yeah.
he may still do some. I mean, he's not traveling right now, but yeah, he's got the pit bulls. I love pit bulls, man.
Yeah.
Great dogs.
And we're gonna be doing a 5-pack giveaway of these cigars. So if you're catching this
Oh,
video
shit.
within a
Oh,
week,
there it is.
within a
We're gonna
week
give away
of
cigars with some of us
seeing
actually like.
this,
Can I
yeah,
enter?
you can enter if you'd like.
No.
We just don't ship to Canada, so it's a problem.
Hey, did that guy who I send the avos get the stuff?
I believe so. I haven't heard anything bad
I don't know.
that he didn't get them. So
Oh, sweet.
yeah, so we
So he
good.
just got it.
So yeah,
Thank
if
Tyler.
you are watching this within 1 week of it being published, go to the website developmentpalates.com. Below the scores will be how you can enter, and you can enter multiple ways, and some of the ways you can do every day. So it gives you multiple entries there. So yeah, go to the website, read the review, catch us on all the social media channels. You catch all of our recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. We thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Diesel.